Hi, it is the human operating system time. So recently I have shared in my video channels or YouTube channels that using the modern science idea, namely the epoch or the oxygen depth idea, to look into the Chinese soft style, hard style, internal art, Qigong, and standing meditations. And after these few days, I got quite a few messages around the world from our friends in traditional Chinese martial art, in Wing Chun, in Qigong, asking me, is it possible for me to share real life data on the soft style or internal art, so that we all know what it is, okay, and be able to look into it with our modern technology or the wearable devices, so that we all can get result. We know exactly what it is, and we know whether we develop the art or not, or the handling or not. So today I'm going to do exactly that. Okay, so hopefully after today you see that we cannot bullshit other people on whether do we have the development of the internal art, the soft style, Qigong or not. Okay, it is not just philosophy or consciousness, but it is something can be measured today. So whatever one practice, one can measure and know, is it or is it not? Okay, so let's go to the recap what I have shared, and then we go into the data. Okay, now, so what I have shared before is that there is the idea of the or concept of the modern science, which is the epoch idea or the oxygen depth idea. So the idea is like this is the graph. This y-axis, sorry, this x-axis is time. Okay, so this is time, and then this is the oxygen consumption. So when one is in the training, this is the oxygen consumption needed. Okay, this is block here is like oxygen consumption needed. And as a human, okay, as a human in the real life, this is the oxygen intake. Now under this line is the, under this curve, this is the oxygen intake. Okay, so then because you need this much oxygen, and you end up that there is an oxygen deficit here. Okay, and then after the exercise or after the training, then there is an oxygen debt there, which one have to pay off. Okay, so one have to pay off that at the recovery time. Okay, a recovery period of time. Okay, so this is the concept. Okay, now, so this is the training time, and this is the recovery time, which is you're going to pay off the oxygen debt. If the oxygen debt is not paid off, and we're keeping doing another exercise, then the oxygen deficit get higher and higher, and then is going to influence our performance, is going to influence our health, and long term for that will be something like burnout. Okay, and can cause a health problem. Okay, now, so this is the training. Now whatever we do in the training, the practice of the Qigong or internal art, martial art, whatever, and then this is the recovery time. And then at the recovery, and then this is for the recovery, now after the training, of course there's about rest, deeper rest or sleep. okay, so that one be able to pay off the oxygen debt. Okay, now, so for the hard style, okay, or external style, hard style, okay, the oxygen consumption will be like this block, the hard style, okay. Right away you need this much consumptions, okay, so we get this deficit. Now, for the soft style, now this is in the red for the hard style. For the soft style, the practice will be, instead of right away you need this big block of oxygen, or consume so much oxygen, it is kind of ramping it up. Okay, it's ramping it up and then ramping it down. Okay, so you don't have that much of the oxygen deficit. Okay, you have a ramping handling for that, so you don't just go abrupt, I need this much oxygen. Okay, you're ramping it up, you go into the peak and then you ramp it down. Okay, so you end up that you don't have this much oxygen deficit, and then you have less oxygen depth. Okay, and also in the soft style or the internal art style, one be able to handle, or one be able to rest, to handle the rest. Okay, how much rest one need, for example, just have a little deficit here in the oxygen, a little bit depth, so that they just go to rest. But if they have a lot of deficit, the body is super tired, then one get into the deeper rest or get into the sleep after the deeper rest, so that to let the body recover faster. Okay, so the soft style have that ability. So the soft style have the ramping ability, the ramp up and ramp down, and then also the resting capability. Okay, that is a characteristic of soft style or Qigong or internal art. Okay, that is, so we can look at it that way. Okay, today with the science, the sports science concept. Now, in order to do this ramping and get the deep rest, one need to understand, one need to know, one need to learn, and one need to train that one's body is actually can be modeled by the 4 core elements. Okay, so namely that you have the physical body, you have the mind, you have the breathing, you have the energy neural, or this is, you call it qi in Chinese. Okay, you have this 4 layer or 4 core elements. So one need to be able to handle this 4 core in details. Okay, and within this, one know that at each core, at every core element, one have 2 states. One is called the intentional regulating state. Another is called the natural resonance states. Okay, so again, example, the intentionally regulating state is like if this is a pendulum, if this is the bulb. So the intentionally regulating state is that I pull the bulb up. Okay, and that is intentionally regulating. And then when I release this bulb and this pendulum swing naturally by itself, that is the natural resonance state. So in order to have this ramping and then get into the deep rest, one need to have this handle. Without this, one have no idea what is, how to handle it, or no idea what is Qigong, what is the soft style, what is internal, because one really do not have handled this. Okay, so with the science now, with this epoch science variable today in sport, that in variable like this watch, this watch, we can measure this kind of stuff. Okay, it's scientific stuff. So if one is practice hard style or soft style, one actually can use this variable, okay, with the modern technology and analysis to know, is it internal art, is it Qigong, and what does it do, and what is the recovery time, and so forth. Okay, you cannot actually cheat anymore. It is clear. Okay, so if somebody trained in Qigong, they have this watch, like this is a Garmin 645. Okay, again, I don't work for Garmin. Okay, but this is a good device that I'm using, so that's why I share. So you can know. Okay, so I'm going to show you data compare the hard style and soft style, or internal or external stuff. Okay, so that you can see right away all this fit into the traditional Chinese martial art training, the Qigong training, and then we know exactly, is it a real hard style practice or external practice? Is it a real internal practice or soft style practice? Do one have the handling? Okay, so let's go. So we know that this oxygen consumption is related to what? Related to your heart rate profile, okay, at the exercise. Now, so here is what it looks like. The heart rate profile in the exercise, okay? So you look at that. This is a hard style. You see, it start the exercise right away, you know, it's like a block. Now this is the heart rate, okay? The heart rate raise, you get the block right away over there, okay? And then at the end of the practice, keeping rising, okay? This is a typical hard style type of training. This is a typical soft style. You see, it ramping it up and it get tight, and then at the end it ramp down, and this is ramping the heart rate. Okay, you can look at it. Okay, while this is just go up and then you just continue to ramping. Okay, so hard style, soft style, internal or not internal, we cannot cheat. Whether we have that development, that Kung Fu or not, or that practice, is it or is it not, you know, it's as clear as this. Okay, now we can also see that for the heart rate, for the hard style, you see it is ramping up, and then it take a break here, it just drop down. Okay, this is you see the heart rate here, it drop down, and then it go up again, keeping going up, drop down, and then it going up. Okay, that is hard style. Okay, now for the soft style, okay, hard style is external. Okay, so we usually, you know, using it the same thing. For the soft style, you see at the beginning, okay, this is whatever it come on, it drop the heart rate, meaning it drop the oxygen consumption there, and then it slowly ramp up, and then it going down, and then it going up. You see that, and then going down, and then it going up, ramping up, and then at the end it ramp down. Okay. So as what we talk about, the soft style is you ramp up, okay, you go to the peak and then you ramp down, and you see it has the control. Okay, going up, you can control, okay, and ramping down. Well, the hard style or the external style is like just on and off, and then keeping going up. At the end, it going up. Okay. Now, for the soft style, again, you see it have a smooth handling there. Okay. So if one guy is saying that, oh, I have internal power, I have internal Qigong training, I have this soft style training, well, you just put it under this measurement, the heart rate measurement, the profile, and then, you know, by time, going through the time, you see that. Can they handle that? Is it this way or this way? Okay? Well, it's as clear as this now. Okay? So it doesn't matter that people claim whatever, you know, like I'm from this grandmaster, or my style is soft style. Nope. We can scientifically know what it is. You can have the same set, but if the person or the teacher do not know the soft style training, you still end up get this type of stuff. Okay? While the guy who have the training be able to handle this. Okay, like this is the heart rate, right? You see, it ram down the heart rate. That means you have to control the breathing and the body. Okay? See, this is data. Okay, this is to see is to believe. Okay, now. So we want to rely on this very objective stuff. It's not just making claim, oh, my teacher is this monk or this and that. No. Okay? And because we know this, so for example, for the soft style practice, okay, 15 minutes, and then you can see that it is aerobic, okay, and it is not anaerobic, and this is what it says is good for recovery. Okay, so it's low intensity aerobic. You know that when it's going low intensity aerobic, you know it is a soft style, it is Qigong, it is internal art. Okay, and there is no this anaerobic benefit because it's not pushing your heart rate and so forth. Okay, and in fact, Qigong or internal or soft style is good for or prescribed by the Chinese for anybody after 35 years old, because the Chinese is avoiding stressing the heart or the using the anaerobic. Okay, and they want to mainly get into this soft aerobic mode. Okay, so that is how the soft style is. Okay, so it doesn't damage the body. Okay, so with the science today, okay, it is really clear now. Okay, now say at the soft style, right? After the practice, you see the recovery time based on the body of the person who practiced. Here, this is before, this after. He said that you need a 3-hour recovery time. Okay, so meaning that you need the 3-hour recovery time if you just behave like normal. Now, if you get into the deep rest, which is not calculate with the technology, you can shorten that. Okay, but this gives you an idea that if you keep it the same with your body, it is 3 hours. Okay, you might be able to shorten it to get in deep rest and so forth. Okay, but to help the recovery, but this is by scientific, this is what you need. And then you see the training load. Before is 165, and then after the practice 15 minutes is 177. Okay, so the load is going high, and then one actually can track this training load so that it get into always within the optimized range. This is the low range, and this red one is optimized range. So one can, you know, like this one is you have a lot of loading, and then you rest, and then you recover, and then you go up and down. So one can handle that. Okay. So this is the technology we have today. This is the thing we have today. Nobody can lie. Okay. Is the traditional Chinese martial art real in the Qigong and so forth? Sure, it's real. Otherwise, it doesn't have this control in the heart rate. Okay? Now, so why do I know this? Well, because I want to bring this into artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence will not care for who is one's teacher. Okay? But artificial intelligence is going to look at the data of your heart rate variability, like what I show you. So one have it or one do not have it, it is really clear. And only that one can guarantee the quality of training. Like in the Wing Chun, you can do a Xiu Lin Tao set. Just take the data on this profile and you can see whether it is an internal, external, and how long the recovery time needed. Okay? Say just now you said that the recovery time is 3 hours. So within that 3 hours, I need to rest to pay off my debt. Instead of I'm going to go doing sun punching for another half an hour, and then they're going to get my oxygen depth going high. And I go home, after the training, if I do the sun punching, it's going to raise up. And if I do not go rest, I just go doing something else, going work, get stressed. Well, you can count on it after a week. How is your body and how is your performance? This is science. Okay? And also the 4 core elements. Okay, the four core elements. The 4 core elements. Okay? One need to know how to handle the or be able to get into the internal regulating or natural resonance states. Okay, which is present here. If one do not know this, how can one handle as what we see here? Okay, one is going to go, oh, what is it? Okay, it's on and off. I just mimic this set because this set is from the old grandmaster. Well, doesn't mean anything. The name of the old grandmaster or which lineage or which are authentic doesn't mean anything. This is what it means. Okay, will one be able to handle this? Okay, and so similarly, like in the breathing, okay, this is the lower rate breathing. You see it can going down to the lower rate of breathing. This is the natural resonance states, which is the natural resonance state, which is related to the recovery states. Okay. So, of course, one can go ramping it up, going to natural resonance, and then go ramping, regulating again. Okay, natural resonance, ramping again. One can do that. Okay, and even that in the brainwave, even with the brainwave, one can do that. Like this one. One get into the calm state right away. Okay, there's natural resonance, we know it. And then this is just keeping internally regulating, try to brute force or intentionally regulating. Okay. So I want to train the AI, artificial intelligence robots, to identify that. Okay. And that's why when I wrote this book, the key is to take away all the coloring of the religions, myth, and this title of the guru or whoever it is. We want it to get to the bottom of the line so that machine know what it is. Nobody can lie. If you pay your money to study something, you think I want to get this for my healing art, healing my body, it is more fair to see this type of stuff. So one be able to know, yes, this is good for the body. Okay. For example, over here it says this practice, this soft practice is good for recovery. Okay, so it said this low intensity aerobic activity is great for recovery after hard training. So then one believer, okay, set a standard. Now, saying this, I'm not saying that I'm the grandmaster, I know it all. No, I'm an engineer in Silicon Valley. I want solution. I want to find solution so that people here on can appreciate and can get result effectively, repeatably, with quality from the ancient traditional Chinese martial arts, from the Qigong, from the internal art, from everything. Okay? We want to base on science because it's reality. And then this link to sports science and this link to our medicine. And that's where the digital medicines, digital healthcare stuff, which is human is going to get into this artificial intelligence, like the wearable stuff, where it be able to tell you, hey, slow down, okay, or hey, you need to rest for recovery, hey, you recover enough, those kind of stuff. It is good for us human, and it is good for all traditional Chinese martial art, Qigong practice, because with this, the level of the practice, the standard will go high. At the end, everybody win because the person who coach, who teach this, will be profession. It's no longer just say, well, I'm just the successor from this guru. Instead, one be able to show this, and then the person who trained it know they are within optimized range of training, and they're going to benefit their body, their mind, their energy. So this is to share with you today, and if this is the cheapest way to know this stuff. Nobody wrote this up to now on this state in a scientific, take away all this tradition, religion, cowering, this caroling, which machine don't know whether it is a Taoist or is Buddhist, but machine look at your heart rate and can tell you what it is. So this is for you today, okay? Again, if you really want to know this, get into this, you cannot avoid this book, okay? So this is for you today, just get the book, okay? It's cheap stuff, okay? Very affordable, one dinar probably, but you don't have to guess and you know what it is. So this is for you.